What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. It's a totally different video from videos that you are used to seeing on the channel. I used to have an iPhone 4 in high school. At least I think it's an iPhone 4. Regardless, I used to have this iPhone in high school. Has hundreds of photos on it from back in that day. Lots of videos. And I was in high school 10 years ago. I graduated 10 years ago. So anyway, I just got that phone fixed and I'm going to look at the phone's photos from high school. So I'm about to take a trip down memory lane. It's quite the process to get this phone to work again. I had to get another iPhone, and now the two phones are like connected to each other to make it so that the one with the photos will work. The charging port was dead, so this charging port is plugged into this phone to charge it, and this phone's batteries in this phone. Crazy process, but regardless, I have it plugged in. I have like a crazy long extension cord because the cord couldn't quite reach my desk. But regardless, the phone with all the photos on it, is charging. We're at 11%, so it's quite a ways away from being able to use. But once the battery is 100% charged, I will then take that USB that is charging the phone, plug it in the computer. I'll do a live reaction to all the photos I haven't seen in like 10 years, put them on the computer screen, react to them, and any of the photos that are interesting or have a cool backstory or just a cool memory from me, they'll be in this video. Like I said, there's hundreds of videos, so not all the videos and pictures will make it into the video, but just the ones that I personally like a lot or find interesting. So anyway, this video won't have any gaming. It'll just be me and stories of things I've done in the past that are on that phone. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you once we get this on the computer. Okay, so I figured out how to get all my stuff from my phone onto my computer, and I had hundreds and hundreds of pictures and quite a few videos. I had like 600 photos. So what I did was I went through and I just picked some of the highlights, some of the like more cool or interesting pictures or better memory pictures, because if I went through every single one of them, this video would end up being like a very, very long time. I went through about half of them and I'd already been recording for about 40 minutes and I realized that just wasn't gonna work. So I made this condensed folder of pictures that I just thought I would go over real quick, and let's get into it. So this is a picture of Dominic in, I think it was in Cars, maybe? It's like a Safeway. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but Cars or Safeway. There was a little ice cream truck that was out of order and Dominic got in it. And yeah, there's Dominic in that. Here's another picture of Dominic. I kind of have them in order. You'll see the pattern as we go along. But this picture has quite the backstory to it. So Dominic and I had a friend named Becca, and she posted a picture on social media. It was on her Facebook. It said, if somebody broke into my house and did this, I'd probably marry them. And there was a picture of some ducks, little baby ducks, in a sink, and they're like rose petals floating in the water with the ducks and stuff. And so Dominic and I were joking that we should do it, but we didn't really want to break into her apartment because we didn't like have an easy way to do it. And so what we did instead was we went and bought some rubber duckies and we put them in this plastic container, and we got to her apartment and realized we didn't have any water or any way to get water in there. So we ended up going over to like her neighbors. And they had a spigot on the outside of the house, and we put water in there. So the water's like yellow and gross. And then we put these rubber duckies on her doorstep, and then we just sat there and waited for her to get home. And she wasn't as amused as we thought that she would be. But that's the backstory behind that picture. Dominic and I put some rubber duckies in a little plastic container, left it on our friend's doorstep. Here's Dominic and a tree. We were playing some tennis so that we wouldn't climb to this nearby tree. So there's us at a tree. Yeah, this is a fire. This is Dominic being a monkey. So we started that fire with a road flare. And yeah, it was just a little fire for the fun of it. This is Dominic on National Maple Syrup Day. And ironically, I guess it's not ironic, but also at this restaurant, this is where I met my wife. Not this day or anything, but I did end up meeting my wife at that restaurant. And so there's Dominic, National Maple Syrup Day at, I believe that's Windbreak. Oh, all right. So yeah, this is a place in Orem, Utah. It's what is it called? is it Get Air or Hang Time? I don't remember, but there's a trampoline place in Orem, Utah. A little double front flip into their foam pit. Okay. This is a funny one. This is at my parents' house. They don't live there anymore, but the house, one of the houses I grew up in 2 houses. This was the second one. My parents were gone, and I was bored at the house, and I did a front flip in the living room, and the audio's not synced up on that for some reason. Yeah, the audio is way off. That's weird. But anyway, yeah, I did a little front flip in the living room and pop up right there for the camera. Oh, here's another. I think I have all the flip videos all next to each other. So here's me on my trampoline. Pretty young, obviously. Yeah, I was trying to do a front flip 540 there. Didn't quite land it. And what's funny about this video, I remember this one, is if you pause it at just the right time, my nose and mouth are really freaky looking. I look like an old man. Yeah, here we go. It's right here somewhere. Yeah, that's horrifying to look at. Yikes. Front flip 540, didn't quite land it. Next one. Oh, all right, yeah. So this is the day I found out that I could do front flips just like on the ground without a trampoline. I was like, I wonder if I could do it. I tried it, I landed it, and then I had my mom film it. This was also at that second house that I grew up at that we don't have anymore. But yeah. So after I found out I could do a front flip on the ground without a trampoline or any sort of assistance, I went home to my apartment and I was like, I wonder if I can do other flips, and that's what this is. The audio's way off on that one too. But yeah, I did like a little side flip 180 kind of there. It's not super clean, but I landed it without a trampoline or anything. Oh, this is the Fred Meyer parking lot, and or some in the States, some of them are called Fry's, but it's a Kroger place, Fred Meyer. And in the background here, this is KFC that's all blurred out, KFC and A&W. But they had an electrical box right here, and I jumped off the electrical box. I'm not sure if it was a front flip or a front flip 180, but did a little front flip off that. Rory took that video. Oh, okay, this is actually right by those tennis courts that Dominic and I were playing at. Ross took this photo. I just side flipped 180 off the top of this baseball dugout, and I did eventually land that. Look how crazy this is. This is really tall, and I'm 6'2", 6'3", 6'3" is what my brothers tell me I am, but I haven't measured in forever. But anyway, I'm 6'3". Look how high off the ground I am, man. That's quite the height. Excuse me, quite the height. But yeah, I accidentally ended up erasing this video because Ross filmed probably 12, 15 attempts of me jumping off this, and I would land it every time, but then I'd like have to roll when I landed because it was a hard impact, and I wanted to just land one on my feet and walk away, and I did eventually do it, but when I was erasing all the ones where I didn't make it, I accidentally erased the one where I landed it. Totally bummed. Here's another one. This is that same house in my parents' bedroom. I did a front dive out their window into the front yard. There's actually a sidewalk right there, so I had to like jump over past the sidewalk. I'm not really good at this sort of front roll thing, and that's why I'm holding my head, because I remember I landed mostly on my head. It hurt real bad. That's funny. That's the next one. Oh, this is awesome. All right, so when I was younger, I was really into doing flips, obviously. I have a bunch of different flip videos so far. And I told Rory, I was like, Rory, we should be doing double back flips. And we both wanted to, but we couldn't work up the courage to do it. So we went to this local gym, like a gymnastics gym, and they had this like extra bouncy trampoline. And I was like, we could do it on this one. And Rory had already landed one at this point. So it was my turn to land a double back flip. And man, that was like my third attempt maybe, because I think I landed it on like the 7th attempt or something. But yeah, that was the first one I landed right there. And if you look at this, watch when I land, my arm like slams into my knee when I land. You can see it right there, but right about there, somewhere in there. I like slammed my arm, but I'm so happy that I landed a double backflip that I just run away. I'm like, yeah, I did it. And then I was standing next to Rory a little bit later. I was like, dude, my arm is killing me. Like, it hurt really bad because I just slammed it right into my kneecap. But I did end up landing a double backflip. That was my first ever landed double backflip. And then this was a little bit later. I think I'd do it again. Yeah. So I landed a few double backflips that night. So did Rory. Oh, I remember this one too. Just doing flips off random things I could find. That was at a local park and ride for like commuters and stuff. Okay, yeah, so this is this is going up to my second house that I grew up in that I keep referencing. And I hadn't put my snow tires on yet. This is like the first snowfall of the season. And I couldn't get out my parents' driveway, partially because it wasn't plowed, but obviously that's not that much snow, but that little amount of snow made the driveway really slick. So I ended up putting my car in reverse because I don't have traction control in reverse. And I just like, I didn't floor it, but I was definitely peeling out the whole way up in reverse. I was like, this is my tire track mark from spinning out the whole way up. But I did eventually make it. It took a long time to get up. And I thought the trend was funny, so I took a picture. This is in that house's basement. I was tall enough that I could put my feet flat on the ceiling. So I'm doing a handstand in my parents' basement. Flat-footed there. Okay, and this was after I finished snowboarding with my friend Joe. We found this moose. It's just laying there chilling. And Joe threw a little snowball at it and booped it right on the nose. Boop. And yeah, it didn't do anything. It didn't care, so we left it alone. Oh, okay, sweet. So these are... Rory and I used to go to the pool. We went for like a long stretch. We went to the local pool like a lot. Every weekend we went. And so we were getting pretty good at doing different flips off the diving board and stuff. And I told my mom about it. I was like, Mom, you should come film some of these. I want some of these videos. So she did. I'll break it down as we go through. I'm not sure who this is. That's me. Yeah. So I tried to do like a pike front flip. That's where you keep your legs straight and like grab your ankles. And I had never done one before. And I didn't realize it made you rotate really fast. Totally just like, not like a belly flop, but definitely belly first under the water. This looks like Rory. Let's see what he's doing. Oh yeah, okay. So I remember that. He had never tried that before. That was, he wanted to jump off and while facing straight the whole time, flip like this, just whoo. And so that was him doing that. I think he did a pretty good job of it. He gets a little bit twisted, but for the most part, he stays facing forward. This is also Rory. Just a big dive off the high dive. That was pretty gnarly. I don't know what this is. All I can see is a splash. Oh, that's Rory. You can hear my mom. This is Rory. So yeah, let's play that again. It's a nice backflip 360 off the high dive. This looks like my brother. I'm pretty sure this is Jordan. Yeah, it is. I don't remember if he was trying to go for a double or what, but I do remember that of all the filming that my mom did, she only filmed Jordan the times he messed up. He like was doing fine, but for some reason she only filmed the times he did something funny. So this is Jordan over rotating a front flip. That's my dad laughing in the background. Is this a picture? No, it's a video. What is this? Oh, this is Rory. Rory doing a double backflip off the high dive. Now, I want to break this one down a little bit because if you look, he has his first flip completely done. The quality's bad, sorry. He has the first flip completely done before he's even started to go down. Look, he's not even going down yet. He's done with his first flip. Now he's going down. He's done with the second flip. He's already opening up, and he's basically the same height as his diving board. And then look at him over rotate. He lands on his bum almost back. Man, I keep telling him, I've been telling him this ever since this happened, that he could have done 3. If he threw a little bit harder, because he's not throwing as hard as he can, if he threw a little bit harder and stayed tucked, 100% Rory could do a triple backflip off the high dive. So let's watch it one more time. Yeah, that's crazy. But I don't blame him for not trying a triple. Taking a slam off the high dive, especially when you're spinning a lot, is brutal. That was me, a little front flip 360. Now you may be wondering, Chase, how come Rory's doing all the cool stuff off the high dive? We haven't seen you do anything yet. We're getting there. There's something cool coming up. I don't know what this is. Okay, so that was my brother doing a dive, and I guess it was like more springy than he was expecting. That's funny. Oh, man. That's me on the low dive again. Let's see what this one is. Oh, I think this is a double front flip, if I remember correctly. Yep, double front flip off the low dive. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here it is. This is the coolest thing I've ever done off of a diving board. 100% coolest thing I've ever done off a diving board. That's double gainer, for those of you who don't know. A backflip while traveling forward. And I did a double. And that, man, that was... Was that the first? No, that was not the first one I'd ever done. Because I did it, and that's the thing that made me like, Mom, you have to come film, because I can do a double gainer now. But yeah, that's the coolest one I've ever done. I'll never do it again, because like 2 or 3 weeks later, I went back and did it, and I belly flopped, and I was like, oh, it was a fluke. But I need to get up there and do it again, so I'm not too scared to ever do it again. I went up back to back. I go and I try again. I'm like, all right, double gainer. I sent it again, and backflip or belly flopped again 2 times in a row. It hurts so bad. Oh, look at this. But yeah, ever since I was like, never again will I do that. This was right after I got this mountain bike. I still have this mountain bike. I love it. This is what I take when I go down our local mountain and hit the single tracks with my friend Ross. And yeah, this is what it was like brand new. Yeah, this is this is my friend Kelby and my friend / roommate Taylor when I lived in an apartment with Rory and Taylor. After I got that mountain bike, we went to this place in Anchorage. What was it called? Kincaid. We went to Kincaid Park, and we were hitting some of the trails there. This is a pretty wide trail, but later we got into some single tracks. But as we were riding along, we saw this little moose. So we stopped and got a picture with the moose. I like that picture. That's cool. Oh, man, this one's a throwback. So here's me. Oh, man, how old am I? Like 13, 14, or 15. Pretty young. This is my friend Spencer, my friend Garrett. This is my best bud Chad. Growing up, we were always hanging out. This is my dad. This is Chad's brother Doug, and this is a kid named David. That is a very, very old picture. As you can tell, it's a picture of a picture. This picture is just like on the counter. And I took a picture of it with my phone. Yeah, that's crazy. Look how young I am, man. Oh, no. Okay. I forgot about this completely. Yeah, so this is... I think Rory got a bunch of free furniture from like a coworker. So when we were in the apartment, he just like came in with like a table and chairs and bar stools. And we had these bar stools. There were 2 of these. He's sitting on one. There's another one. We had these bar stools for a very long time that were just kind of in the way. And eventually he was like, I don't want them anymore. We just got to get rid of them. And I was like, we should take them out of the yard and destroy them. Because what do you do when you're that age other than destroy stuff? So I was like, Rory, sit on it. And I want you to sit with your knees up to your chest. And I want you to fully commit to this. And I was like, I would kick it out from under you. And so I went to kick the leg here and break this leg out was my plan. Rory's like, just waiting for the chair to break out from under him. But all I did was hurt my foot, and Rory was fine. Okay, and so after we did Rory sitting on it, we traded. Now it was my turn to sit on it, and Rory's turn to kick it. He was a little bit more committed to it than I was. He fully went for it. It's hilarious. And watching this now, I think he got the worst of it because I like land on his knee. But this, I remember right here, like went straight in my back, and that hurt pretty bad, but it looks like Rory took way worse of a hit than me. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, you see, look at Rory's fully committed to this, kicking the chair out from under me. Look at that, man, that's so funny. Okay. So this was a little weird. It's going to take a little bit of explanation. So I have like this concave spot in my chest. I have had it my whole life. I don't know why. I've just got like a little dip right here. And so it's weird. A lot of people asked me, have you ever eaten out of it or used it as a bowl? Like I got asked that all the time. And I was like, no, I've never done that. And so finally we did like a variety of things. I put ranch in there and I like dipped ranch and ate broccoli and carrots. I did Nilla wafers, as you could tell, and I had milk in there and I was drinking milk from a straw. Just weird things you do when you're 19 or whatever. But my favorite part about this entire thing is, yeah, right here. So Rory had the milk and it was been in the fridge, so it was like freezing cold. And I was like, I put the Nilla wafers in there and I was like, Rory, I need you to pour the milk. And so I'm laying down on the garage basically, and Rory comes out with the milk. Oh, just hit my mic. Rory comes out with the milk jug, and he doesn't just like pour some milk in there. He's fully standing up, and Rory's as tall as I am, so it's like 5 feet in the air. And he just pours milk on me from 5 feet up. It's like splattering everywhere. Oh man, that was really funny. That was hilarious. Okay, and then yeah, this is a steak that me and my buddy Chad made, which you might be thinking, who cares he's made a steak? Oh, this picture's tiny. But what's cool is we made these steaks over a fire, and we made our own little grill out of trees and stuff. We went out with matches and a hatchet and some steaks, and we're like, we should make some food. And we did it literally for no reason other than we were bored. Oh man, why are these pictures so small? But yeah, and then that's the steaks after we cut it up. Cut it open, nice and juicy. A little bit of pink in there. It's very delicious. Why is this picture full size? I don't get it. But yeah, out in the woods, kind of in this little clearing. There's some 4 logs holding up our grill, and there's the steaks going at it. That's a fun day. Oh, this is cool. So yeah, I was really bored in the winter one time because I just had a lot of free time, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go make a Batman box. I was like really into Batman at the time. So I made this box. This is with it all taped off so I could paint it. And I had a little stencil and I traced the Batman logo on there. Then I painted it, and it's a nice little box. But it's a Batman theme. I still have this box. I keep stuff in it. And yeah, it's got a nice little lid on it, little latch. Little Batman box I made. This was there's a lake nearby that you can go hiking around, and by the side of the lake, I found these 2 trees, and I did that thing where you climb up in it. Oh, okay, I know what this is too. That was the very first day of Rory and I having pit bikes. I didn't buy one this day, just Rory did. And we went and got this pit bike all set up. That was the first ride he had ever taken on it. This is us getting it all set up. That's me opening up some bolts and stuff. You had to like do the handlebar assembly, but this is the pit bike, brand new, never ridden yet, getting it set up. Okay, yeah, and then this was like a couple weeks later. I loved Rory's pit bike, and I was like, all right, I need to go get my own. So I went and bought the exact same pit bike, and this is me zooming around the parking lot of our apartment on the pit bike. Nice little wheelie action there. It's a good time. Oh yeah, this is sweet. Yeah. This is also at our apartment. I dropped this pit bike off the little porch. Look at that. Look at that airtime. So cool. This was me after I wrecked the pit bike. Oh man, this hurt pretty bad, honestly. I was zooming down the road. I lost control. I went down in the ditch, hit a big jump on accident, and I like tuck and rolled, and my bike was like bouncing in front of me. And yeah, I cut up my knee pretty bad, got some road rash on my leg and my ankle. The bike was okay. I just stood it up and rode back to the apartment. As soon as I got in the apartment, I went over to the sink to clean up my leg and took a little quick picture first. Rory had a whiteboard in his room and I was drawing on it. And yeah, I drew a little spaceship fight over here. Nice little tree. This guy is saying, I hate flowers. He's burning it with a flamethrower. The flower says, I'm a flower. This guy right here stabbing Barney. Barney's like, oh, the humanity. This guy's drinking the blood, says I thirst for Barney blood. This is the worst part of the picture. I drew a shark attacking a cow. It says, bacon. And bacon is from a pig, not from a cow. And this cow says, moo. I'm very artistic, as you can tell. Quite the use of colors and imagination. Nice little shark. I mean, it's a very nicely drawn picture. And of course, I initialed it. So, yep, there's a nice little picture from the apartment days. Here's another awesome display of my beautiful artistic skills. Rory was laying on his bed in his room in the apartment. I came in, I found this piece of paper. I went, Rory, don't move, I'm going to draw you. I drew him laying on there. Here's his pillow, his bed with the headboard. I think those are called footboards. His table with his computers on it. I think this is like his dresser or something. And then I drew all these lines, and there's a key. It says key. Squiggly lines is mess. And the rest speaks for itself. And of course, I initialed this baby as well. So there's another Chase original right there. This is Rory and I on a hike. Our friend Becca took this picture. I talked about her earlier, I think. And yep, this is us on top of the mountain at the end of the hike. And look at my haircut. Eesh, it's weird looking. There's Rory, me, Becca on top of the mountain. It was really windy up there, and I felt it was necessary to take my shirt off to display how windy it was by my shirt blowing in the wind. Oh man, good times. This is Rory and I. We were roommates at the time when he and I went to Arizona with each other. We're in a Razor, Polaris Razor side by side, for those of you who don't know. And look at our hair, man. That is so much hair on top of my head. That might be the longest my hair's ever been. I'll probably never grow it out that far again. Rory also had decently long hair here. I don't know that that's the longest his hair has ever been. It's probably been longer, but for me, that's probably the longest my hair's ever been. It's so thick and ugh. I hate the idea of that. For nowadays, if my hair touches my ears, I don't like it. It feels gross to me. There's Rory after we got our haircuts. That's like a couple days later. Okay. So this is Rory. We're at my parents' house, and there was a bee's nest up in these holes, and Rory and I decided we would take care of it. Look at the action shot of Rory running right here. Get out of there, Rory! I'm running! Oh, look, there's my other pit bike. I used to have two. Well, I didn't have two, but I've had two in the past. There's another shot of him right here somewhere. It's pretty funny. That's hilarious. Look at him running for his life. That's great. Yeah. Destroying bee's nest. I think, yeah, the next one is also the same bee's nest. Dude, he was committed to that. I was too scared to go do it, so he did it. And then we ended up flooding it out with a garden hose after we poked it a lot. This is really funny. So I found this picture on our school website. That's me, and that's Rory in the middle of the hallway after lunch. The main hallway is crowded after lunch. It's a great article. But anyway, that's me. That's Rory. That's really weird because I was just thinking about this picture the other day and I was like, I wish I still had that picture. And I totally do. It's right here. This was Rory and I. This is a tunnel near my friend Chad's house. I was like, you think my car would fit in there? And he's like, let's find out. So I drove my car down this little path. And yeah, my car did fit in the little tunnel. And look at Rory. Got his tongue out there. There's me posing with the car in the tunnel. Okay. Don't even get me started on this. Oh my gosh. This is at Ross's house. And this is a recliner in Ross's house. And it's a death trap. So I get in this recliner. I kick back. Ross is like playing Call of Duty or something I'm going to watch. and I squeal in pain because my foot hits all these staples holding the chair together. And I was like, what is that? And I like separate the cushion so I could see. I'm like, look at all these staples. And Ross is like, oh yeah, I've done that before. There's a lot of staples in there. Be careful. It's like, why is this on your recliner? Oh man, that was funny. Okay, yeah. So this is another time Ross and I are playing Xbox. I think that's probably his Xbox right there. You can see it. Ross and I are playing Xbox, Modern Warfare 2. He starts to squeal in excitement. He's like, oh my gosh, no way. Holy cow, oh my gosh, no way. And I'm like looking at the kill feed, and I don't see his name in the kill feed or anything, so it doesn't seem like he did anything crazy in the game. And I'm like, Ross, what? And he's like, I'm eating Myconike right now, and I have this Myconike. This is huge. It's a monster. It's the biggest Myconike I've ever seen. I was like, you gotta send me a picture. This is the picture he sends me. Normal size Myconike. The Myconike Ross was losing his mind about. Barely bigger, barely even worth mentioning. He was losing his mind. And to this day, he still defends this point. And so then another time, I was eating Myconikes, and I had this tiny Myconike, and I told him that this was way cooler than his big Myconike story. And he's like, no way, send me a picture. So I take this picture and send it to him. And he still swears that his big Myconike is cooler than my little Myconike, and that his is more impressive than mine is. And I say, absolutely not. The scale difference of how small mine is versus how big yours is. Mine is much smaller than yours is big, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, you tell us in the comment section below which Myconike is more shocking, Ross's big Myconike or my tiny Myconike. You guys in the comment section below, let us know. Ross will be checking. I know he will. Here's a picture of Ross in the school library. Here's half of Dominic. He was like really annoyed that people were taking pictures of him, and that's why he looks like this. I guess I was making it my contact photo, and that's why it says move and scale. But yep, there's a picture of Ross not amused by people taking pictures of him. Oh, we're getting into snowboarding pictures here. So my mom wanted to take a picture of my brothers and my dad and I in the back of the truck. I'm hiding behind my brother because I think it's funny. That's me right there. That's my brother, my other brother, and my dad, and we're all at the local mountain doing some snowboarding. Yeah, here's one of, I'm sure, many snowboarding videos that you'll be shown. Yep, that's me doing a 360 off of one of the jumps at the end of the run. I think I was going for a grab, but I missed my grab. But still a nice little video. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it looks like I just barely missed that grab right there, but still pretty sweet video. Lots of snow that day, it looks like. That's cool. Yeah, so this is at the top of the run. You get in the truck at the bottom of the run, you drive up the mountain and then jump out of the truck and snowboard down, and then the truck drives down, picks you up at the bottom. So it's a longer run than it sounds. It's really fun. And I guess that's just me jumping out to get ready to go snowboarding. My brother and my dad there. Okay. This is my friend Greg. So, yeah, a little backstory to this. He had just learned how to do backflips that week. He'd probably done like 10 to 15 attempts that weekend. And he landed like 3 of them. He was doing really well. And so he was getting a little, my guess is he was getting a little overconfident here. And he just went to go send one. And yeah, he doesn't make it clearly. Lands on his head here. And I ask if he's all right. He says, yeah. We're right at the end of the run here. So we ride down just a little bit further. And we get to our cars, and he's like, dude, I gotta go home. He was hurting pretty bad after that one. We called it a day. Okay, yep. And this is up at that same mountain. We're at a different spot, though. We're higher up in the mountains. We had to hike to get to where we are here. Brother, me, a friend Greg, who had just landed on his head in the last video, my friend Chad. We hiked up here. Beautiful day, clearly. Nice and sunny. It was really hot. Fun, very fun day. Ross took this video. This is a screenshot out of a video. That's me doing a front flip on my snowboard. I don't think I land that one. I do land one in this spot later, but I don't think I landed this particular one. But I do like this picture because the snow from my board showing the little flip. That's cool. Oh yeah, this is my friend Greg. This is a cool one. So the snow was really bad that day, and we'd been up there all day. As you can tell, it's dark, so it's later at night. And he went off of it, and he holds the sweet grab. This was the second time that he had done it. Oh man, that's so cool. Look at that. That is awesome. Greg's like a poster child. Every time he does something on a snowboard, it looks so much cooler. But anyway, so here's Greg doing this like front grab off this drop. But the snow was so hard when you would land, it had no give. It wasn't forgiving at all. You just land and bounce, and it was fast and hard snow. And so he actually did really well here. When he lands, he just automatically commits to sitting down, because you can see he probably could ride that out. He's in a good position to ride it out. But in order for him to ride it out to prove that he landed it, he would have been at the bottom of the mountain, had to walk all the way back up. So he just sits down, and so he has to walk up half the distance. But crazy drop. I didn't even hit it. I was too scared to hit it that night. It was too dark. I couldn't see anything. The snow was too fast and unforgiving, so I didn't even hit it. This is a different rock drop up at our local mountain. We hiked up to this one too. This is me and my friend Joe is filming. This is the first time I ever hit this one. No tricks or anything, just dropped off of it, survived. And there's a nice little jump down there. Just a little pillow to hit. That one's pretty fun. And so yeah, like I said, that's the first time I'd ever hit that. So no tricks or anything. I just wanted to feel what it was like. And I mean, that's a pretty good size drop too. Like I said earlier, I'm 6'3", and that's like 2 of my body height. It's probably like a 15-foot drop. That's a good one. Okay, yeah, and so then I told my friend Greg about it. I was like, Greg, we went and hit this drop. It's really good, and it had snowed a ton since then. We went back like a couple days later, and look how sunny and nice it is, and Greg is awesome here. He says this huge 360 off of it, over rotates a little bit, but man, he is so high in the air and had the confidence to spin it. That was the first time he hit it. He didn't hit it straight or anything first to feel it. He just went for it with a spin. And man, look at, if I like pause it, look at how high up he is. Oh, it's, dude, look at how, oh, I didn't realize I was gonna pause it. But look at that, man. That's awesome. Just over rotated it just a hair. And look at how much snow there is. He completely disappears for a little bit. Okay, so this was probably, no. Okay, yeah, so then this one was actually the same day that I hit it the first time. So this was before Greg had hit it. I think this is my friend Joe filming still. And this time I do a trick. It's not anything crazy though. Greg's is still cooler. Do a little tail grab off of it. I'm pretty sure there's a nice little photo in there if you freeze frame it at the right spot. Ugh. Yeah. All right, so this one, as you can see, pretty sweet. I like this a lot. I even have a little bit of a bend because I'm pulling on the tail grab pretty hard. So nice little tail grab off the drop. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, this is actually my YouTube banner. It's me at the mountain. I don't even know who took this picture, but yeah, that's me a long time ago up at Hatchers. Oh, here's another one. Greg and I hiked up this little slope that we found and built this jump. So we rode down here. It looks like I'm doing a 360 Indy. Nice little grab there. Okay, we built this jump. We built this jump at the end of one of the runs of a Hatchers. This jump was huge. Look how fast this hill drops off. So you hit this jump and the ground just disappears out from under you and you just go really far out. So that was a crazy jump, man. That was a good one. I hope I have that one. I have a picture of Greg hitting it where he just like sends it. Yeah, here it is. All right, so here's the picture of Greg just going huge off this, man. He comes hauling in, hits this big jump we built, launches all the way out here, and as you could kind of see in that last picture, the ground just drops out from under you. So he keeps going, and man, he is so high in the air. Look at how high he is, man. And he just keeps going. That was a crazy, crazy jump. Okay. we went up there. We went up to Hatchers. We were snowboarding. I wasn't wearing my coat. My coat goes down a lot further. I was just wearing a sweater, and I fell, and I got snowburned on my back, right above my bum. And then we got back to the apartment, and yeah, that was from the snowboarding. Got shredded a little bit. Oh yeah, so this was us waiting for a ride at Hatchers. This is my friend Eric. A little front flip off the little waiting area. This is my friend Greg. We're still waiting for a ride. He did a backflip off of it, just killing time. And this one's funny too. It's Greg again. He just lands in a little hole. Nice little side flip. This is at the local mountain, Alyeska. It's 2 hours away from where I live, so I don't go very often. Hatchers is just behind my house, that other mountain where all these pictures have been from, but did a little 360 off the last booter at Alyeska. That was years and years ago. Kelby was filming that. Okay, this was in the yard at my apartment, and that's my roommate Taylor. I was like, Taylor, you're so small and light, I bet you I could throw you and make you do a backflip. And so we went out to see if I could. And yeah, I threw him and he did a backflip. Okay, yeah, this is also a Taylor and me thing. Taylor and I went to Walmart and we organized an entire bargain bin. So you know those bins in the middle of the aisles that have like a bunch of movies or games piled up in it and it says $5 for a game or whatever. We organized it by system, by PlayStation, Xbox, and Wii, by game. We organized the entire thing. We had people coming by being like, are you guys Walmart employees? And we're like, no. And they're like, why are you organizing this? And we're like, we don't know. And some people even helped for a little bit, and then they realized how long it was taking and how stupid it was, and they left. And so then Taylor and I went back the next day, and somebody put it all back how it was supposed to be. But yeah, we organized the whole thing. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, and then this was my preparation for Modern Warfare 3 coming out. I had donuts, beef sticks, a lot of racy pumpkins, some Gatorades, and a big sandwich. And this was like the day before Modern Warfare 3 came out. I was planning on no-lifing it in my parents' basement, so I got all these snacks ready. Went and picked up my copy of Modern Warfare 3, and Rory's actually sitting right next to me in this picture, but you just can't see him. Picked up Modern Warfare 3, went home, played it, had all those snacks. I was really excited about it because Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. This was after Modern Warfare 3 had come out. I was looking on my Xbox app to see who was on, and everybody's playing Modern Warfare 3, and then Ross was playing Call of Duty Black Ops, and I texted this photo, and I was like, dude, Black Ops is dead. What are you doing? It's like Modern Warfare 3 is the thing now. All right, and so beyond this, the only pictures I have left are pictures of injuries that I've had, and none of them are too gross or graphic. Like, there's no bones sticking out or anything like that, but there are, like, fingernails missing. So if that grosses you out, then maybe don't watch the next little bit. But the next ones are just injuries that I've had. Yeah, this one's pretty gross, to be fair. This one's probably the most gross. So if you can handle this, you'll be fine for the rest. I was playing basketball one time, and I was wearing shoes that were too small, and I stubbed my toe in my shoes, and my entire toe was blistered, and this was a long time later. The toenail literally just came off. So there's my big toenail. And it came off and it was disgusting. But my big toenail had already grown this much back. That's my new big toenail. And yeah, that hurt real bad. Oh man, this one I had forgotten about until I saw it. So this happened, I grabbed onto a ledge and I jumped up and I put my foot on it, but my foot slipped off the ledge, and so I hit my shin, and then my shin went down the ledge, and I just scraped my shin all the way up. And this was pretty bloody, and then this was just scraped enough that there was blood. But man, this one hurt so bad. I had a huge goose egg right here, and I couldn't stand up. I was just like rolling around on the ground. It hurt so bad. That one was brutal. I had a friend who saw, and he was just like, oh dude, are you okay? And I was like, rolling around on the ground, and he felt it for me. Okay, this one I smashed my fingertip at work, and this fingernail, it still grows in flat from when I smashed it so hard that I just flattened the end of my finger, and yeah, my fingernail fell off. So I've had my middle finger on my right hand fall off, and I've had my big toe nail fall off on my left toe. And yeah, this was a time I worked construction and I had a piece of wire go straight into my wrist, and yeah, it just stabbed me really bad, and it kind of scraped down. I have a little scar here on my wrist, and it ripped my glove, and it wouldn't stop bleeding for quite a while. And so I just got annoyed with it and left it, and I let it bleed all over my wrist, and I finished my workday with a lot of blood on me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the ones that I wanted to show. Lots of flips, lots of snowboarding, the diving board stuff. And so for this video, I can see a lot of people not being interested in it. Any pictures that you weren't a part of or anything like that really is not that interesting, but I was pretty excited to get all these photos back. Photos that I haven't seen in years, and there's obviously lots and lots and lots of other photos on there. There's like events that I went to, like monster truck rallies, and there's other snowboarding pictures that I didn't show, and so there's lots and lots of memories on there that I'm glad to have back. But these are just some of the ones that I remembered pretty well and wanted to look at them again, and I thought I'd share some with you guys, let you guys get to know me a little bit better. And there's also lots of pictures of when I met my wife and when my wife and I went on lots of dates, so glad to have like those pictures back. But these are just the ones that I felt like sharing with you guys, and my buddies can watch these videos and be like, oh yeah, or watch this video and be like, oh yeah, that's when that happened or whatever. And there's lots of lots of photos that I didn't want to put on here that I texted to them, so pretty cool to have all those photos back. But that's it for this video, another non-gaming video from me, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.